What is considered lazy, but is really useful / practical? Sleeping as much as your body needs. Yes, thank you. People underestimate how much sleeping helps you. My father fell and has been in a physical therapy home, and he has been sleeping a lot. He's never been more alive and talkative. Not going to work when ill. Never understood the whole I don't ever take days off, even if I'm violently sick. Thanks pal, you just infected the rest of your coworkers. Taking long breaks during an intense studying session. My brain at least will start not remembering things after a few consecutive hours of studying. Same applies for work, making a report or presentation that takes all day to write. You bet I'm taking a coffee and Reddit break every couple of hours. Drinking coffee and surfing Reddit all day. You bet I am taking a report or presentation break every couple of hours. Working exactly the hours you agreed on. Edit. In my acceptance speech, I would like to thank the kind strangers for the gold and silver. Also, thanks to mom and dad and my dog, who is the goodest girl. Every corporate job I ever had I would ask the expected hours at the interview, be told 9 to 5, and then the first day they would say oops did I say that? It's really 8 to 6. Like cool, my school starts at 6, this is why I freaking asked. So happy to be self-employed now. I work crazy hours, but at least I don't feel taken advantage of. Taking the time to lay down and just think for a bit. If you make time just to do nothing but reflect, then you'll be surprised how often your subconscious will come up with something to help with whatever you're worrying about. The classic is a problem in software development. Don't stay late to fix it. The number of times I've spent hours trying to do something, only to fix it within 5 minutes of coming in the next day. Former attorney. We used to have a judge in Detroit, Rabbits, many years ago. Now and then, some issue would come up in a hearing, and he would lean back in his chair on the bench and say let me reflect. He'd lean way back, sometimes close his eyes, and think. After a minute or so, with everyone in the courtroom sitting in silence, he'd lean back down and say, okay, I'm ready to rule. I never saw another judge ever do that, but I thought it made a lot of sense. Waiting to see if a problem works itself out before trying to implement a convoluted solution. Sometimes the correct answer to a problem is do nothing. And sometimes the correct answer let's wait and see if we can understand the problem better. But no, it's always a competition of the idiots who think the first one to suggest action is the best. In my first annual performance review at the company I'm with, my manager said some people you work with think you take too long to get going on tasks, and my heart sank because I thought I had been doing well but was getting a bad mark. Then he finished the sentence with, but your supervisor is aware that you're gathering info so you can make a more informed plan of action. Keep it up. You come up with good solutions and comfortably meet your deadlines. It was nice to hear that the people who mattered could appreciate my method and weren't worried about being the first to come up with something suboptimal. Heard some old guys say, do it right or do it twice. And my dad likes to say, slow is steady and steady is fast. So, you got the wise old man seal of approval. Taking all your vacation. You will not get any commendation for not using it, and if your boss gets on your case about taking the vacation that the company offers you, like my old boss did, then look for a new job. Wow, is this a thing? In Norway it's both illegal for an employer to deny the full vacation and illegal for an employee to not take the full vacation. Some of it can be moved to next year, but the full 5 weeks shall be taken. Real kicker of this? It's the employer who is punishable for both offenses. 5 weeks. It's pretty much the standard to get 1 week out in the winter and 4 weeks in summer in Northern Europe at least, and oddly enough they are pretty much efficient and feel good in work life. Lol. I had 5 days / year at my old job and they denied me all of it because they were understaffed. Remember, efficiency is just clever laziness. If the minimum wasn't enough, it wouldn't be the minimum. Taking small breaks between assignments or work. No, I'm not avoiding doing something. I just need a small break to re-energize. This is actually the recommend method for studying. Blitzing it won't be as effective, since you will just glaze it over and not retain the information. Not just studying. I blitz through my work all day, and by the end of the day, even the smallest task seems very stressful. It may only take a few minutes to finish, but it feels insurmountable. I'm a much happier/better employee when I remember to take a walk, or stop working, and unplug for a few minutes. Using online grocery pickup services. I work at a store that offers the service, where we do your shopping for you, then all you have to do is just pull up to the curb, and we load it in your car. And every now and then I'll have a customer come up to me while I'm shopping to curse at me and tell me how lazy people are for making us do their shopping for them. But it is a super useful service for people that have tight time schedules or have movement disabilities. Anything to have a superiority complex, I guess. I have my groceries delivered from the store, disabled and can't drive, and it has raised my quality of life enormously. I'm sorry idiots give you grief, but you're making a huge difference. Asking a shop attendant to help if you can't find something. Unless they're extremely new, chances are they know the store really well and can point you in the right direction. It takes maybe 30 seconds and you'll find what you're looking for. Nobody will judge you for doing it. Are you listening, Dad? Sometimes you distract us from the boring tedium of stocking shelves or hanging price tags too. Yes. Price tags. Think about it for a second. Every single tag is hand placed on every single shelf. I love when someone asks me where something is. It gives me a chance to say something other than the cashier spiel. Relaxing and listening to music. There's just an absolutely endless stream of evidence showing how beneficial to your mental health a few hours of chilling out can be, and what a difference music can make to productivity and mental stability. Hiring a maid service. I'd rather not spend my weekend cleaning. Time is more of a value than the cost of a maid service. I once told my mother that when I'm getting a new apartment, I'm paying for someone to clean the one I'm moving out of. My mother was shocked at this wasteful and bourgeois display of opulence. Not going to tell her that I'm seriously considering paying for weekly/bi-weekly housekeeping.